I fear I'm in the mood to yap. What might I be wanting to yap about? Worry no further, I'm gonna tell you. I have compiled a list of 10 things that happen in the bookish community that either anger me, annoy me, or disappoint me. This is my bookish betrayal list. Welcome back to my channel. I am low-key kind of scared for today's video. I have never done a video like this before. I have done like reading wrap-ups. However, I've never done a video where I literally sat, or in my case right now, stand and just had a yapping session. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope I enjoy, and I'm really looking forward to making more of these. I feel like these are just so much fun. But with all of that being said, I do want to put a little disclaimer. Everything that is on my list on my phone is 100% my opinion. You do not have to agree with me. I just figured that if I feel this way, some other people might feel this way, and this is just a fun video. Don't yuck somebody's yum, or I guess in this sense, don't yum somebody's yuck. I don't know. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Like I said, these are just mine, and let's go ahead and get on with the video. I'm literally just gonna go down my list, so if you see me looking down, that's why. Number one is the price of physical book. I do want to be cautious in the way I word this because I don't want it to come across as I don't feel like the authors deserve money, because that's not at all what I'm saying. What I am saying is that ever since reading has become trendy and popular and a lot of people have started reading and picking books back up again, the prices for books today are astronomical, because I feel like a lot of stores are now just trying to capitalize on something that's trendy and popular, and they're seeing that as like a cash grab. And we all know that a very small percentage of those sales are actually going to the authors, which is completely wrong. They deserve a livable wage because they are literally giving us their babies. Like, authors are really brave for putting their work out there, okay? I feel like when you are skyrocketing these prices, you are broadening the group of people that are able to have access to those books. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have libraries and there's Libby and other ways to get books, but majority of readers, they love physical copies, and I really feel like 30 bucks for a paperback. I really feel like 30 bucks for one paperback is absolutely insane. You should only have those prices if it's like a special edition or something. Like, I can understand certain situations where prices would be higher, but not like a plain Jane paperback. Next, we have books with half covers or like 3/4 of a cover. Let me show you. I'm talking about books that have these. Like, why is the cover not the same width as the rest of the book? I feel like, one, this just looks stupid, and two, nobody wants this, okay? This just is really annoying. Like, you can't really, like, it's just stupid. I don't see a point in it. Like, you're literally saving maybe 1 cent on just finishing the cover. Literally has no purpose, because let's be honest, how many people actually open this and like read this blurb or like whatever? Because I know I don't, but I'm not yucking somebody's yum. If that's something you like to do, that's what you like to do. But personally, I feel like I can speak for a lot of people when I say that these 3/4 of a cover is just stupid. It's just stupid. Just saying. The next thing on my list is genre shaming. Why is this a thing? Literally, why is this a thing? Why are we shaming people for liking what they like to read? Reading is subjective, and you can have your own opinions on a book, just like this video is. Like, this is my own opinion. Because I love a genre doesn't mean that you have to or you like it. And guess what? Hey, if you don't like the genre, you don't have to read it. Like, that's such a crazy concept, I know. It's not any different from like movies and TVs, like in TV shows. If you don't like a TV show, you don't have to watch it. If you don't like a book or you don't like a genre, don't read it. Like, it's as simple as that. A lot of people like to read books as a form of escapism and put themselves in a different world. It just grinds my gears that people will shame people on genres that they like. And also, somebody should not be afraid to tell somebody that they like romance, or that they like mystery books, or they like thriller books, or they like classic books. It really does not matter. While we are on the topic of yucking somebody's yum, the next item on my list is attacking people for not having the same opinions as you on a book. Like, again, everybody is entitled to their own opinions. Reading is subjective. There is a healthy way to acknowledge that you guys have different opinions and different things that you loved or hated about a book. There is no reason why we should be attacking people because of what they read, or because they liked something, or because they didn't like anything. It just baffles me how quick people are to attack other people. And then we have switching POVs mid-chapter. It would be so much easier to end the chapter and then start a new chapter in the different POV. I don't know if it's just me, and maybe I'm a little not right in the head, but I am going to say that, for instance, I'm going to be, let's say, person A and person B. I am locked in person A's point of view, and then mid-chapter, when we suddenly get a POV switch, I'm suddenly like, oh, I'm still thinking like person A, when in reality I should be thinking like person B, and it's just very confusing. I feel like it's just easier to end the chapter in person A's point of view and then start a new chapter in person B's. That's all I'm saying, but I digress. Our next one is a rom-com length. This one is fairly new because I've recently read a rom-com that was over 600 pages long. Now, I will say, did I have to read a 600-page book if I didn't want to? No. However, I feel like ever since romance as a genre has become more popular, more trendy, the longer these books are getting. And I'm sorry, but there is no reason why a romance book should be over 350 pages to 400 pages. Unless you are really going like a deep dive into a serious topic that needs time to unravel and everything like that, or you have like a deeper meaning in your book, there is no reason why a romance book should be that long. Okay, let's just keep it to a nice cushy 350 pages, and honestly 400 pages is pushing it, but for those books that have more emotional depth that I like, I will give it a pass. Might I add that a lot of these romance books that are over 400 pages, 500 pages, 600 pages are normally books with a lot of spice in it. And listen, I like spice as much as the next girl, but we need to tone it down. Again, this goes back to saying how the romance genre has become trendy and popular, and now everybody's like trying to roll out these long ass books that are not needed. And while we are on the topic of the length of rom-coms, I want to talk about the decline of romance quality. Again, this goes back to the fact that romance has become very trendy and popular, and I feel like a lot of authors are trying to get as many books as they can out there because of how high demand the romance genre is right now. When you're doing that, a lot of mistakes get overlooked, one, and number two, you are sacrificing the quality of your book. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't great romance books that have came out recently. I am, however, saying that when you are rushing to get 3, 4, 5 books out within a span of a couple months, there's gonna be a quality hit. I would much rather wait a year to get a new book from an author that I love and absolutely immerse myself and fall in love with the characters and the storyline and everything, just feel like it's perfect timing and perfect placement, etc., rather than read a bunch of, for lack of better terms, 2.5, 3-star books. I'd rather have a 5-star read versus a bunch of 2 stars, 3 stars, etc. And I feel like a lot of people today have also kind of zoned in on this, and they have also taken note of the fact that the quality of romance books are just declining. Now, I don't really know if it's just me growing up and like my reading tastes have been evolving, because you know, you're growing, you're changing, etc. But yeah, I really just feel like the quality of the romance books that I'm reading aren't that good, and I'm gonna leave it at that. If you guys also feel that way, please let me know in the comments down below, because I don't want to feel like I'm the only one that has this opinion. I feel like it is so hard to find a romance book that is so genuine, has that deep emotional connection, and not just if you like lust, basically. Thing on my list, which is audiobooks don't count. Hate to break it to you, but it does count, okay? It doesn't matter what form you are taking in the content of the book, you are still taking in the content of the book. Let me just put it for example, okay? Say you are cleaning, okay? You put on a YouTube video for background noise, whatever. You are listening to the YouTube video as you clean. You know you still count that as watching the video in your mind. So how is that any different from an audiobook? Like, I really just don't make any sense. And also, there are people who can't sit and read a physical copy or read on a Kindle, or there are like people, for instance, who are blind and cannot see, and the only way that they can really take in the content of a book is through audiobook or braille or whatever it may be. If you don't like audiobooks, again, don't listen to them. But I will say, audiobooks are very convenient if you are a busy person, okay? Leave it alone. Again, audiobooks do count. You are taking in that book's content, hence, you are reading that book, okay? Let's just leave it at that, because I will get very heated talking about this topic. The next one is something that really grinds my gears, and I have seen it more recently than anything, and it's the people who read just to be trendy or to be on trend. Like, I get it, books are very like niche and they're very quirky and cute and whatever it may be to you, and just because something is popular does not mean that you need to do it, okay? If you don't like reading, you don't have to actually read. And another side note is, like, you should read because you want to read, not because it's trendy or because you want to seem like you are popular or trendy or quirky. I don't know how else to describe it. It just breaks my heart when I see somebody, especially online, that is like, oh, I read, so I'm like super trendy and super popular. Like, no. There are millions of people who actually love to read and take in content, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't try new things. If you want to try new things, if you've never picked up a book a day in your life and you want to start and you want to give it a try, go for it. That I am encouraging you to pick up a book if you would like. However, don't say that you are a reader if you're actually not, or like just for the sense of saying it. And I really feel like I'm gonna get a lot of controversial opinions on that matter specifically. There are millions of people out there who read for escapism and for entertainment, and for you to see that that niche is becoming popular or trendy and like think, oh, I want to be included in society, basically, is kind of wrong to me. And also, on other end of this topic are people who say they like popular books because they're popular. And I will say that I am also a part of this too, because I remember when Happy Place by Emily Henry first came out, it was going viral on TikTok, and I read it and I honestly didn't enjoy it, but I still rated it highly on my Goodreads. Be honest about your opinions on the book and reading in general. Lying sadly gets you nowhere. The 10th and final topic I want to talk about is books that over-explain everything. This grinds my gears so badly, because why the hell do I want to sit here and read 10 pages of every step of your morning routine? I don't need, she woke up, she got out of bed, she made her bed, she brushed her teeth, she brushed her hair, she did her makeup, she got dressed, this is the outfit she's wearing, blah 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 blah. That just annoys me, because there are some things that just don't need to be said. But with all that being said, we are at the end of today's video. I feel like I've been complaining so much, and to be fair, this entire video was glorified complaining, so I get it. I promise the next one will be a little happier. Leave a comment down below telling me what's on your bookish betrayal list, things that frustrate you, anger you, annoy you, disappoint you in the bookish community. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those YouTube things that you definitely already know how to do and I am just being annoying about, and I'll see you guys in the next one.